So he's got to go into the sixth inning and get it out. I don't hate that play at all. Now, that hook is brutal. Yeah, no, Scott, you're thinking correctly. Yeah. The reason I would go over is nobody else can pitch tonight. Yeah, after an 18-inning game, you're dying for your starting pitcher to go 9 innings. Yeah. Blue Jays used everyone. It's a great look. I would also look for the Dodgers to absolutely be swinging at everything early tonight to force that. And same thing with the Blue Jays. The carryover residual from game 3 will absolutely be real in game 4. But will it be on both sides? It could go either way. Tizzle, Bieber having a warm-up last night scares me, though. He's coming off Tommy John. You don't know how his arm will respond. Good point. It's a good point. They go get that jacket on that arm quick, aren't they? Shohei is over 18.5 at plus money. 18.5 outs. So that means he has to go into the 7th inning and get an out, right? I don't know. I might go the other way. I mean, I totally understand, but I don't know. Okay, yeah. Otani's under is heavily. I was about to say that's a massive number. Anything can happen. Lights out was good. Good to see you. Okay, so let's jump into college football. Week 10. And has anybody looked at it yet? Bro, not easy. There's some weird conference games this week. So let's jump into it. All right. Week 10, the Pigs. We got Oklahoma, Tennessee. Go ahead and give me Oklahoma, Tennessee first quarter over 13.5. And give me Oklahoma team total over 26.5. Now, we'll talk about these games in a minute. But this one specifically, I want to set the table because it's a big game. And first off, the first quarter over 13.5. Tennessee could score on anybody. Not concerned about that. But anybody can score on Tennessee. And that is very concerning. The reason why I like this is, I mean, not only Oklahoma's super legit, and their defense is elite. Yeah, Rick, you're right. But Tennessee plays with such tempo that they're going to get some points. However, this is as far as I took it so far. And again, if you're watching this later in the week, we record this on Tuesdays. But I want Oklahoma in terms of points, and I want the first quarter over 13.5. It could be Oklahoma that scores 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, and it would not surprise me. It would. Absolutely wouldn't. It wouldn't surprise me to see both teams split a touchdown and not really try anything crazy early. This was a war last year, remember? It's going to be a war this year. It's in Knoxville. And again, I want Oklahoma team total over 26.5. They're going to score some points. But we got time. We'll break this game down more in full, but Oklahoma coming. They're a good football team. Miami, SMU, over 50.5. I see some Vandy love in the chat. Miami, SMU, over 50.5. Couple teams looking to bounce themselves in the right spot. Think Miami comes out, scores a bunch of points. Think SMU comes out, scores a bunch of points. I like Miami in the game, but I like points from both teams. Yeah, I want that Miami SMU over 50.5. All right. Texas money line, Louisville money line. Vanderbilt on the road at Texas. This could be a really fun game. This could be a horrible game. I learned my lesson last week. Excuse me. I learned my lesson last week betting a Vandy over. And again, not that I hate anything points wise with Vanderbilt. I don't. Love Diego Pavia, coaching staff, all the team. But there is a blueprint to Vandy's offense, and Texas provides that blueprint. Now, you got to go out and do it. John Boy asks, is Arch out of concussion protocol? I don't know. No, as of yet, the answer is no. I don't know means no, because it would have been announced. That being said, though, I think this is a good week for Texas to have one of those come to Jesus meetings. Yep, and Tizzle right there. If Arch is out, Caldwell looks better. What would be more Texas than having a quarterback controversy? Did it to Quinn Ewers. Why not do it to Arch Manning? Watch out. So I'm going to roll with Texas, and I'm going to take Louisville. Virginia Tech scares me. Louisville on the road. This is a risk parlay. We'll talk more about Louisville in a second. Georgia and Arizona. Sites, yeah. Arch Manning is a controversy. Yes, 100%. So I'm betting on whatever causes the biggest controversy is what's going to happen with Texas, because it always happens with Texas. And the biggest one would be the backup quarterback can play. Watch. All right, Georgia and Arizona. Georgia against Florida this week. I'm going to say it. The world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Find me. We got to bring these nicknames back. Got to bring them back. Yeah, Tony. The RVs are already here in Jacksonville. Yes. Oh, man. Yep. Game played in Jacksonville every year. Florida coming off firing a Billy Napier. Yeah, usually we kind of bet with those teams. That said, though, I don't think that's happening here. I'm going to roll with Georgia on the money line, not getting too cute. And I'm going to roll with Arizona. Now, Arizona going up against Colorado. Colorado, I'm nervous, could have a game where they bounce back. Or it could be bad. And I don't fully believe in Colorado. I just think they've just had a lot going on. Normal for any team, right? Lost some star players. Deion's had medical issues, the poor guy. Like, it's just been all over the board. Now, it's a dangerous spot to get right, but I don't know about against Arizona. Yeah, Tizzle, Arizona's a sneaky good team. I agree. So I think that this actually plays in Arizona's favor even more. I think they just swarm all over Colorado and just lay it on them early, often. Just take care of that problem before it becomes a problem, you know. And again, I'm not being negative on Colorado. That's the aspect and the mindset that I would have. Let's knock this out now. Then finally, Indiana and Maryland over 50.5, because why the hell not? Does anybody want to have fun on Saturday? This could be a fun game. Matty boy, where you at? And look, we ain't coming at Maryland with anything negative. But Indiana is a wagon Tony, look at this. Just got Tennessee, Oklahoma first quarter over 10.5 at Hard Rock minus 120. Beautiful work. And we just did this last weekend too in regards to the books in Tennessee first quarters. I think you had 10.5. Matty Boy, I think, had 11.5, something, in regards to it. So, yeah, again, a good point to shop your books for sure, especially with like college quarter props, things like that. Yeah, no doubt. Okay, yeah, Indiana and Maryland. Look, Indiana's going to score on NFL teams, and Maryland can play too. I think this is going to be a fun game, and I think that Indiana knows going in on the road. They go full focus, and not that Indiana hasn't shown that every second of every game this year. Them boys are military focused. Right? Like they just show up and do the job. Don't need a thanks, don't need nothing. That's my job. That's what I do. That's Indiana. And it's awesome to watch. But Maryland can play too. Yeah, so go give me the over 50.5 in that game. Okay, so those are the picks. We'll get back to them. Let's walk through these games and talk about them here. And again, look, I need your help. Anybody that's live right now or afterward, let me know. Drop thoughts in the chat, thoughts in the comment. Ooh, let me try something else too. Picks, what up? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's okay. Everybody's got work, life, things going on. All good. Tizzle, Indiana's the face of belt to ass. They 100% are. I mean, they're just rolling. Sig is just smoking anybody in his path. I respect it. They're saying, look, Indiana is not a gimmick. They're physical. They play defense, all of it. But I do love the aspect of Sig saying, you know what? You might get us one day, might not. I don't know. But if I put up 60 every week, good luck. Yes. All right. Yeah, let's jump into this one. Right. All right. So give me Memphis Rice. Sorry, hold on one second. Hold on. Sorry, I meant to try something. All right. Here's the comments on the bottom right. I think I figured this out. Oh, yeah. All right. So talk in the chat. See if this thing works. Because real quick, it gets annoying how long it takes YouTube to get the comments in the chat put back into the show. But by the time a lot of you guys watch, whether it's the morning show, night show, whatever, that the comments are like, it doesn't work. So we're going to brute force this thing. We'll figure out the movement of all that, but I think we got it. Get you some of that, Google. Thought you had smart people. I'm just kidding. All right, let's jump into it. So Memphis on the road against Rice. Memphis with a big win last week. Handled their business. Big win over South Florida. South Florida's a good football team. And you know what? Memphis is a good football team. Had themselves a tough spot against UAB. They were walking into it. New coach, blah, blah. Yeah, all that stuff, right? That bounce back by Memphis was real. Yeah. Ronaldo, Memphis money line. I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Whatever you can find to pair it up, do it. Memphis is no joke, man. They had themselves a bad week. Man, we all have bad weeks in life. All of them. All of us, they did too. But they're 7-1. They're 3-1. They're a good football team. That 13.5 spread, I'd be careful with that, being on the road. That said, though, if there were ever a time, and on a Friday night too, if there were ever a time to get everybody's attention and say, fellas, if you focus, you will be champions. That's it. If Memphis is focused, they can go out and whoop up a lot of people. Yeah, Jumbo, I can actually read it. Me too. I know. It was so small before. So Memphis in a lot of ways this week. Again, I couldn't quite get a 2-leg parlay worked, but it's only Tuesday when we're recording this, so we have time through the week. All right, let's jump into that's. And again, remember, that's Friday. That's Halloween. Spooky game. All right. Let's see. Well, that covers up a little bit. Hold on. There we go. Uh-oh. Sorry, just 1 second. There we go. I think we figured it out. Chat looks okay. Is it readable? All right. Penn State, Ohio State. Ohio State, a 20.5-point favorite. A total of 43.5. I mean, Ohio State is just waxing folks. Their offense is incredibly efficient. Their defense is incredible. Tony, off subject, having retina surgery tomorrow morning, so maybe I will be able to read it later in the week. Hey, well, good luck at everything with surgery, brother. We're all right here with you, man. Let us know if we can do anything for you. AV just going all IT help desk. Yeah. Look, do we have any Ohio State fans in the chat? Any Penn State fans in the chat? Talk to us about these two teams. I mean, I think I know where the mindset is. Penn State players by the week are probably thinking, all right, am I going to be here? Who's going to be our coach? Am I going to transfer out? And that would be any school. Everybody would be saying that. Now, you're going to go out and handle your business, but when the coach gets fired, it just changes things. You suddenly go from 3 weeks ago, this team was Penn State was getting ready to play for a national championship this season. Now they're 3-4. You're just going to have some mental decline in the goal. You know what I mean? Still going to play with pride, but it's just there. Now, Ohio State is the complete opposite. They are the Marines rolling into town. They're efficient. They've been taught well. Their leadership and everybody's intact. And you're probably going to get your ass kicked. But, I mean, 21 points in a conference game at 11 a.m. Really what you're doing is you're trying to figure out how many points Penn State scores. That's if you're somebody who likes the math of betting, if you figure that out, you can bet this game. Honestly, that's the big question. Yeah, John Boy, I wonder what Ohio State team total is for that game. It's a great question. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, again, I think Ohio State covers, but not sure I want to bet it. I agree. It scares me. And here's the thing too, is that I am not, there is nothing to be afraid of with Ohio State. Nothing. They are unbelievably efficient, but their defense could be too efficient. And this game could be 24-6 in the fourth quarter. And if you bet the spread, you're like, I am all over the place. Because Ohio State is probably going to spend a good chunk of this time just running the ball. And Penn State probably going to do that too. Let me say, from a coach's perspective here, when you're playing a conference game and you're a 21-point underdog, not that coaches are looking at spreads. I'm just saying, but as a barometer for where this game is, you're 3 touchdowns in a conference game and you're Penn State, right? Look, I spent a lot of time as a Tennessee guy facing this same situation. And what you do if you're Penn State is you want to play a little keep away. And you don't mind if Ohio State plays a little keep away. Let's shorten this thing down because if you get Ohio State running and gunning, you could lose by 6,000 points. So it works out for you if you're Penn State to just slow it down. This game is 60 minutes. How do we make this game 30 minutes? Right? It's a real strategy because you're saying we can't go for 60 minutes with those horses. They're too good. But how do we take some time off the clock? And that's what you're thinking. So be careful with totals in games like this because the weird part about it is that if that's the mentality that Penn State has, and I think there'll be a little bit of that, they won't mind if Ohio State runs some clock, right? And Ohio State won't mind if Penn State runs some clock. Be careful with that because you can get in that scenario and both coaches won't really have a problem with it. So, just be careful. Those are big numbers. Vanderbilt, Texas. All right, so we got Texas on the money line here. Yeah, I mean, the first question, the big question, obviously, is going to be Arch Manning. With Texas, is he playing? Not playing? If I were you, the way that I'm looking at it is I'm going to assume that he's playing. Okay, fine, let's go. If he's not playing, I almost actually kind of like that scenario even more. And the fascinating part to pay attention to, again, we're recording this on Tuesday afternoon. Whenever we get an announcement on Arch Manning, one way or the other, go find this spread. I want to see what the public does. Because I have a feeling, and look, Slick Rick said it right there. If Arch Manning's playing, give me Vandy. I've got a feeling that a lot of people, a lot of bettors are going to feel that exact same way. And what I mean by it is that if Arch is announced good to go, the starter, playing normal week, money might actually come in on Vanderbilt, weirdly enough. But if Arch Manning is ruled out, the public might actually bet Texas. Now, I'm not saying that those are the way to go. I'm just saying the public can do some funny things. Zach said Vandy, Texas, race to 30, neither, minus 130. Might not be a bad play. I could see some running the football in this game too. Here's the other thing to ask. The best part of Arch Manning's game is him running. Seriously. If Arch is coming out of concussion protocol, two things are going to happen. Number one, they're going to have to run him less, but still have to run him. Think about Josh Allen 2 years ago. Remember when it reached a point where it was like, okay, you're just going to get the kid killed. Now, it's not necessarily that, but they'll ease back on running him. But that completely changes Texas's offense. Yeah, John, both have good defenses. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And on the other side, Diego Pavia, I mean, I love his game. But he can get into trouble when it is brute strength coming after him. that can present him issues because he definitely needs a little elbow room to work. And respect to him, I love watching Diego Pavia play. However, I've seen it. And there is kryptonite. And the kryptonite is I'm sending 4 NFL defensive linemen. Spread, boom. Nowhere to go. When that happens, it's bad. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen, but it could. And I'm worried for Vanderbilt's sake that Texas defense can do that. It's a big ask, but they some big boys. And that's the one kryptonite against Diego. I've seen it. Tennessee did it to him. You just send the big dudes and you just smother. It kind of like dealing with like a campfire. Man, you just smother that damn thing before it can turn into something. But easier said than done. All right, Miami and SMU. We're on the over 50.5. This is the totals dropped down. Was it 51.5 now at 50.5 on Tuesday? Keep an eye on that where it goes. Miami a 12.5 point favorite on the road. Now, both of these teams need a good week. They need a great week. SMU coming off a horrible 13-12 loss to Wake Forest. So I think we're going to get points. Now, does the time of this game do anything to you? Either way. I think for me, I actually kind of like this game being Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Central. First thing, focused. This is the goal. This is what we're here to do. Business trip for Miami. I actually really like it. I think Miami comes out very crisp. And SMU coming off of that game against Wake Forest, I think that they do as well. Now, I would be all over Miami in this game, but 12.5 on the road, conference game, Miami team total might not be a bad play. I don't know what that number is, but and not that SMU has a bad defense. That's not what I'm saying, but I think that you're going to get a very focused Miami team. I would be very surprised if this Miami team weren't hyper vigilantly focused and playing early in the morning with that style of a coach and coaching staff. Yep. Miami going to be up 5 a.m. Saturday. You know, we got things to do today. I think it's going to be very focused. So Miami, a team total, money line, work it in there. Miami team total of 31.5. I dig that. Yeah, I can dig that. Yep, John Boy, you're exactly right. You're right. Yep, Miami team total is a great look. And again, I'm not saying I don't like the spread, but just be careful. Double digit on the road early. Weird things can happen, especially with SMU who's trying to bounce back as well. Yep. West Virginia, Houston. Houston, 13.5 point favorite. Man, West Virginia fell off. I mean, they held on as long as they could. I hate to see the program like this. I love West Virginia. I love their fan base. Great people. Houston is kind of for real. They're kind of for real. And I say that and acting like they weren't earlier, right? 11 a.m. early game. I think Houston's a great look here. at home, early morning. You know your opponent. And it's a good time to go out and just hammer down. I don't hate the over in this game. 49.5. Don't hate it. Don't hate Houston team total. I'm not sure what that number is. But this could be a sneaky little fun game. All right, Louisville, Virginia Tech. Louisville on the road. We've got them in a money line. They're a good team. Offense, defense, special teams. Don't beat themselves. Play well. Even on the road. I mean, anywhere. I dig this Louisville team. I don't know if I dig them 10.5. Even if Virginia Tech's 3-5, 2-2 in the conference. Total of 53.5. Don't know what I would do with that yet. But I do know that I like Louisville money line. Now, it takes some work. And we'll put the picks up here in just a bit. But it takes some work to get that parlay right, about at that plus 100 even money range. But I think it's worth it. Louisville's much better team than Virginia Tech. But everybody knows how them ACC games can go. The minute you think something's a lock, it ain't nothing's a lock out there. So, you've heard me speak weekly about how much I love the city of Louisville, and all of it. But Louisville kind of like, remember when Ryan Fitzpatrick was a quarterback and he'd take over a team, whether it was Washington or Tennessee or keep going down the list? And Ryan Fitzpatrick come out and win some games. And the minute you start believing in it, now I'm not putting that bad juju on Louisville. I'm just saying they've let us down before. Okay. So that's why I'm not messing with a 10.5. I am going to find a dance partner, though, for a little 2-leg parlay, get it right at even money. Don't overthink it. But Louisville's definitely a better team. Indiana and Maryland. Over 50.5. All right, Indiana, 21.5 point favorite. That's definitely on purpose. Key number of 21. Put the hook on the other side. I do it too. I say it on this show all the time. That's exactly what I would do. And I've sat in these meetings with sports books, with execs. A lot of this stuff, obviously, is, digitally done. But don't sleep on them boys. They know what they're doing. I don't know if I'm taking Indiana 21.5. But then again, I don't know if I'm not. Indiana's giving anyone zero reason to not believe in everything that they're doing. They've looked good every week. They've been efficient. I mean, they've just been tremendous. Maryland 4-3, 1-3 in conference. Even with Indiana and nothing being said to stop betting them whatsoever, it still scares me. Betting 21.5 on the road, that's not good. That's not a good fundamental practice in general. Total of 50.5, though. I like that. Because if we get Indiana that goes off, they could cover this on their own against anyone. But I think that Maryland's going to bring some heat in this game, too. I think they're going to put up some points. So I'll give me the over 50.5, definitely, man. Jeff, how about Dodgers for a leg? There you go. Good look, buddy. That's a good look. Georgia and Florida. So this game is neutral site game. Jacksonville, Florida. Midway point between Athens and Gainesville. Quote, unquote. Florida, having just fired their head coach, Billy Napier. Georgia, not having fired their coach, Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart played at Georgia. He's played in this game. He absolutely understands this game. Yeah, it's been part of his life longer than his kids. Takes it real serious. Now, look at that spread. 7.5. And books are doing it again. Total of 50.5. I don't mind that 50.5. Yeah, Tony, this is Florida's Super Bowl. You're exactly right. And I think that Florida set it up that they would let Napier go before this game. If you're going to do it, take a shot. Yeah. Oh, I know what you meant. No doubt. And you're right. This is a Super Bowl for Florida. Coming in with some optimism here. Coach gone. Not that I don't know how they felt about Billy. I don't know how I feel about Billy Napier yet. He could recruit. Jermaine, what up, gang? What's up, man? Good to see you. I don't hate the over in this game. We've seen Georgia. Okay. If you have not bet or watched Georgia this year, every game they play, the other team gets a lead. Tennessee, just all of them, Auburn, everybody. But here comes Georgia. And the thing with Georgia is that they play for 60 minutes. And I don't mean a second less. Emilio said, great show, AB. Listen while chopping firewood and hitting the feed store. Hey, that is awesome. I love it. That's an aggressive day right there, handling business. Well done. Well done. And I think that's kind of how Georgia is going to approach this game. They know what Florida did, and Kirby Smart knows. What I love about Kirby Smart is that Kirby Smart is just an old school SEC dude. He could be on a message board, you wouldn't know. Like, he's just a football fan. Kirby Smart is one of us. He's one of us. He just happened to play there, and now he coaches there, right? Like, he's like living the dream that all of us would want. But he's a dude, and he gets it. Oh, man. So, yeah, I mean, we're on Georgia money line, but don't hate that over because, again, not coming at Georgia's defense, but it's not like their defense has been lights out. They given up some points. They have to keep coming back for a reason. But, yeah. You go get some shots from Florida here. We're on Georgia money line, but I do not mind that over 50.5. Don't mind it. Neutral site, ABC, 3:30 Eastern. Yeah, right. It's gonna feel old school, classic. Gonna feel right, even with all these network changes and all that. Yeah, Georgia, Florida, 3:30 Eastern feels right. It could be a great game. Notre Dame and Boston College. Boston College is not good. 1-7. Notre Dame, they figured it out. 28.5. Again, on purpose. 56.5. Again, on purpose. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56. Hook on the other side. 8 touchdowns. And a field goal. I have no play on this game. Don't want any play on this game. This game screams I might lose some money somewhere. Notre Dame team total might be a look. Ugh. There are traps everywhere. Yeah, Tony, I'd have to take the over if I was betting, but I'd stay away. Yeah. Unless you know how to get down. No advice from me because I don't. Texas Tech, Kansas State. I think it's going to be a close game. Texas Tech's a 7.5-point favorite, total of 52.5. Honestly, I would just take the over. Now, I'm not going to say that on every game, but Kansas State plus 7.5 is dangerous here. Dangerous. Texas Tech on the road. Tony, that is a shirt. This game looks like I'm losing money. This game could lose some money too. Be careful with that 7.5. Again, on purpose. You noticing this? You see where a lot of these opening lines and spreads and totals. You me prove it to you again. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49 on the total. And a field goal is 52. And another field goal. You see? Joel, is Texas Tech starting quarterback back? Don't know. We don't know yet. It's Tuesday. So the answer is medically hasn't been confirmed. So again, we're recording this on Tuesday. That information could change. That being said, whether he's there or not, I would. If anybody has a better look on it, let me know. But Kansas State plus 7.5 to me, and I'm not coming to Texas Tech. I just think it's a ripe spot. Yeah, they played good without him last week. What happens if he's ready? You know? This just screams Kansas State to me. I could be very wrong, but I don't know. It just feels like a weird week for Texas Tech. All right, Virginia, California. Virginia, 4.5 point favorite. Total of 53.5. That is a massive travel game for Virginia. Charlottesville to Berkeley, California. Southwest. Cal's not bad either. It's Tuesday. We don't have an official play on this yet. We got time. But to me, at under 53.5 is hollering at me. This feels like GQ was good. Hey, good to see you. Cheers indeed. This feels like an under game to me. Long travel. Cal looking to handle their business. Virginia, good football team. Virginia likes to control games. I could see this being very low scoring. Could be wrong. But as of Tuesday, I'm leaning on that under. South Carolina and Ole Miss. Ole Miss, a 12.5 point favorite, total of 54.5. Again, South Carolina, led by their quarterback, DeNorris Sellers. He's pretty much the team. Ole Miss, if you could find a money line that works with you, would be a great look. It might be priced out. I don't know. Probably is. Jeff, tonight's Dodgers money line, game 4, in Georgia money line, plus 100. Great look. That's the kind of look, right? So if you could find something with Ole Miss, Big Justice said, "Hey, be the go." That's you, big dog. What's good, man? Good to see you, bud. I don't hate Ole Miss in this. Lane Kiffin knows quarterbacks, and if your team is, kind of one player built, again, no disrespect to anybody at South Carolina, but yeah. It's going to be a tough one there. I don't hate the under in this game either. I do not hate the under 54.5. But the optimized strategy would be finding Ole Miss in a money line and not worrying about this game again. If you can do that, you're a gambler. That's the way to go. Purdue and Michigan. Michigan a 20.5-point favorite. Total of 49.5. I don't know if I want to get in the business of betting Michigan with 21 points. And I've got nothing against Michigan. God, that total is perfect, too. Purdue 2-6, 0-5 in the Big Ten. Michigan 6-2, 4-1 in the Big Ten. I have nothing on this game. It's Tuesday when we're recording, but I'm going to go back to the analogy. I'm here to buy a car. You're here to sell me a car. We've established that. What do I mean? I want Michigan. Right? Michigan is the car. But we're going to have to figure out this price. Because 20.5 is a bit much. I liked it. I like that we're at home. Those are our leather seats. I like everything you're giving me. I need that price down. Now, I don't know how we do it. I know that we don't tease college games, and we don't do it for a reason. Historically, it's just proven. It's not smart. A lot of volatility in college games. Teasers are way more built for the NFL game, 3-point league. But I don't have the answer, but there is an answer, and somebody's going to figure it out. Job Boy said, just hit the like button. I forgot. Hey, thanks, brother. Yeah, and anybody, if y'all could hit the like button, it'd be huge. I swear I won't ask you for anything else. If you watch on your phone, just grab a screen, pull it down, hit like, pop back up. So, yeah, that's where I sit on the Michigan game. Do with it what you will. Tony, I love that annoyingly, right? Like, I'm here to buy a car. You're here to sell a car. We're both here for the right reason. But I need that price down. And that's how I feel on Michigan. Because I love Michigan. I love everything about it. But that's a big number. All right. Get down to the final four games here. Georgia Tech, NC State. Georgia Tech 8-0. 5-0 in the ACC. NC State 4-4, 1-3 in the conference. Georgia Tech 5.5-point favorite, total of 57.5. I love this under. Love this under. It's week 10. It's getting cold. Hold on, I got to plug the charger in. It's getting cold out at night. All right. It's Saturday. Kids just had Halloween. Not that any college players are going to care about that. But football-wise, when it gets cold, start running the ball a little more. When you get to week 10 and you're 8-0, you know what? You kind of break down, if you're a college coach, and the NFL too, when you're a college coach, you kind of break down the season into 3 seasons. First 4 games, middle 4 games, last 4 games. NFL, when it was 16 games, it used to be. You'd break it down. The season is 4 quarters. First quarter, first 4 games. Games 5 through 8, etc., right? So if you're Georgia Tech, you're looking here saying, all right, now this is just in the coach's head. He's not saying this to the team, right? But we do the same thing with betting. Georgia Tech head coach is saying, we getting close to the finish line. And what do militaristic type leaders, How do they go about it? I don't have to blow you out. I'm going about this with extreme efficiency. I want my defense playing strong. I want my offense converting touchdowns, and I want to run the football and close this thing out. You know why? Because that's safe, and you can control that. And that's what Georgia Tech and their coaching staff want to do. Now, they're going to score points. I assure you of that. But when they get the opportunity to close out, that's what they're going to do. If they were playing Wheel of Fortune, they're not trying to get to the very last letter and spin and get a vacation too. As soon as we know the phrase, we're saying it. Let's get the hell out of here. At under 57.5, I like it. Oklahoma, Tennessee. Big game. 18th ranked Oklahoma, 14th ranked Tennessee. Oklahoma 6-2, 2-2 in the SEC. Tennessee 6-2, 3-2 in the SEC. Tennessee a 3.5-point favorite, a total of 56.5. Those numbers were absolutely done on purpose. Key number 3, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56. And a field goal. Oklahoma's got great defense. A little banged up offensively, but Mateer and the boys, they're going to be ready. They know. They know. Tennessee, great offense. I think statistically the best offense in college football. But that defense is not. And it can get bad. Tennessee doesn't field a lot of punts. Oklahoma's going to score. Now, again, it's Tuesday and we're recording this. We are on the first quarter over 13.5. Check your books. Tony found it at Hard Rock at 10.5. So make sure to do that. But we're on the first quarter. I'm playing at 13.5. I'm not going above that. But if you can get 13.5, hey, I'm riding with you. We're also on Oklahoma team total over 26.5. Tony asked so and under. Not necessarily. Let me say, we bet that Arkansas, Tennessee under. This could be like that, but I ain't bet it yet. And I don't know if I will because I'm not going to get in the habit of betting anything under with Tennessee games. Their offense is too good and their defense is too bad. The defense is bad. It needs help. It's so young and it's so injured. I'm not coming at the boys. I'm being honest because we need honesty, right? Oklahoma's got a great defense. Tennessee will score on it. Now, Tennessee team total is at 29.5. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I do love Oklahoma, 26.5. And I like playing Oklahoma's team total because I do think that Tennessee's the better team. I do. And if Oklahoma's offense is banged up, that could be the one thing that could really become a problem for Oklahoma. But I am not that confident in Tennessee yet. So we're playing the first quarter with points because, look, it could be Oklahoma that scores 14 points in the first quarter. I'm not kidding. Now, Tennessee gets after it in terms of scoring. They're unbelievably efficient. But we've got outs. And that's what I want to have in this game because this game is going to be weird. It's going to be awesome, but it's going to be a weird game. Yeah. So we'll talk more about it in the week goes. ABC game Saturday night, Knoxville, Tennessee. That place is going to be there'll be 104,000 people inside the stadium. There'll be 108,000 outside the stadium drinking. That place is going to be rocking, man. I'm telling you. Oh, it's going to be great. But, yeah, so we're on Oklahoma team total, and we're on the first quarter over. Last two games here. Tizzle, drop what you had about USC in the chat again, if you don't mind, if you're still here. I know you're talking about Lincoln Riley. Coming off a bye. Yeah, Tony said just keeping the first quarter over 10.5. Good call. We got time. We don't have to do anything crazy. We've got time. Plenty of it. It's only Tuesday. USC Nebraska. USC 6.5-point favorite. Total of 59.5. Does this game go shootout or not? Tizzle, SC minus 6.5 coming off a bye week. Just lost to Notre Dame. Pissed off and ready to go. I agree with that. I also think you're going to get a pretty focused Nebraska team coming off of last week. I don't have a play on this game yet. And I don't. 59 and a freaking half is a big ass number. But I don't hate it. Yeah, Tizzle, I don't hate the over. Agreed. I don't hate it. I might try to knock it down a couple points. I might try it. But even still, I might roll 59. I'd like points in this game. Because Nebraska's going to be pissed off too. Real pissed off. And Matt Rule just cost himself a lot of money, maybe. He could fix it. That wasn't good. Yeah. All right, we'll come back to this game. Tizzle likes 6.5 on. Dude, SC is dope. Nebraska's dope. This is a classic game right here. These are two strong college football brands. This feels like, you remember those days when you were a kid watching bowl games on New Year's Day? You're like, dude, we get USC Nebraska at 4:30? Yes. Yeah, this feels like it. You're like, dude, this Rose Bowl is going to be awesome. Yeah. Oh, man. I dig it. Yeah, it is an old school classic. It is. These two great brands, man. I mean, you talk about the history of college football. It's great. All right, last one. Cincinnati and Utah. Cincinnati, boy. Doing their thing. 7-1, 5-0 in the Big 12. On the road. Utah. 6-2, 3-2 in the conference. Cincinnati is ranked higher than Utah and is damn near a 10-point dog on the road. Okay. Total of 55.5. All right, that's on purpose. 56 got it under. Now, I'm not saying it's something nefarious. I'm just saying. Putting it right about 8 touchdowns. Cincinnati running back out. Tizzle, good info. Who's going to do it? Who's taking Cincy? Anybody? Would you move it to 10? I think I'm in. If I could get Cincy at 10, I'm in. That rhyme. Yeah. But, dude, Utah is good. That's a lot of travel for Cincy. Playing a little elevation. Tony, if moving to 10, get the hook at 10.5. Smart call. That's a real smart call. I don't know. We got time on this game. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Tizzle. These two games on screen, probably the two most I'm confident. All right, where are we going this one? All right, so you going Cincy to cover? I'm with you, dude. Okay. All right, so you feel it. SC, Cincy. Boom. SC, Cincy. All right. I'm in, bro. Let's go. I'm in. All right, let me get the picks back up here, both for college and baseball. So, week 10, Oklahoma, Tennessee, first quarter, over 13.5. Check your books on that. You could probably find better numbers, but just don't go over 13.5. Don't go to 14 or don't do anything like that, but keep it under 14. Oklahoma team total over 26.5 in that game as well. Miami, SMU over 50.5. Texas money line, Louisville money line plus 135. Georgia money line, Arizona money line plus 100. And then Indiana and Maryland over 50.5. Minus 115. And Tizzle, I feel you on that, man. SC and Cincy. Hey, all right, with you. Let's go. All right, now let me get the base